My name is Craig Keasby, and I come from a broken home. Dysfunctional doesn't depict my everyday life, and that everyday life doesn't characterize how much my life resembles hell.
Hey! You get the fuck out of here!
Shut the fuck
You're
up!
nothing to me!
Fuck you!
Don't come home tonight!
I live with my newly reformed alcoholic mother, whose loneliness revolves around long shifts at the nearest ShopRite. My little brother Brian, well, he's a bastard and he doesn't know it. Poor kid, he thinks our father died in a motorcycle accident. It's too bad that he thinks his father is the same as mine, but he's too innocent and young to reveal the truth. His mind is too fragile to introduce him to this mad world just yet. It's almost more crucial for him to believe this fib. If he can still believe in Santa Claus or Easter Bunny, I guess it's okay to believe that he had a father that once loved him. My father used to live with us. That is until he caught on to my mother's whorish ways. She was caught numerous times, coming home from work in unfamiliar cars, always driven by a male. This was the time he left a note of his departure on a napkin. He didn't have the decency to write it on an actual sheet of paper. I'll never forget the morning my mother found it. She was simply heading to the kitchen to prepare herself a bowl of Cheerios, which she had daily. When she approached the fridge to get milk, her eyes were met by the note, which was securely placed by a Homer Simpson magnet. I guess there's some irony in that, but my father was way too dumb to think something of the likes of that. Maybe he was better off that he wasn't around. I don't think my mother could have handled any more of his abuse.
Where the fuck were you?
Shut the fuck up!
Hey, you shut the fuck up!
Fuck you!
I work every day, you don't appreciate shit! You come here!
Get the fuck off of me! Get the fuck
My father used my mother's vulnerability to his advantage, or in other words, he would often rape her. But for my father's sake, I do sympathize for him a little. To think, for the numerous times my father sexually abused my mother were met with the increased chances that an STD was passed on to him through one of my mother's desperate, grimy grocery shoppers. That's really gotta suck. There was one day that changed my perception on life for good. It started with walking home from school when suddenly the rich kids from school shouted things like,
I'll give you $20 to suck my dick.
Yeah, you poor fuck.
Yeah, well, how about I fuck your mom for tripping that man?
thinking that they wouldn't catch on to my pun. I continued walking.
Yo, is this kid fucking serious?
Fuck this kid, man.
Little did I know they had followed me, and next thing I knew I was on the floor getting my ass kicked.
Mom, wake up!
After that, I finally arrived home, battered and bruised,
Mom, wake up!
but also to Brian crying beside my passed out mother with a bottle of vodka at hand.
Brian, what's wrong?
He kept saying, "Mommy's dead."
What's wrong? What's wrong?
At this point, I held him close, so close that his head was buried underneath my arm so he didn't have to see the sight of our mother. It was right around this time where we started struggling financially, almost to a point where my mother was never home. God knows what she was up to. It was at this point where I had to do something, anything that could possibly keep us from living on the streets. I resorted to a pathway that I've always heard led to destruction, but I didn't care. I was too desperate. I needed to keep a roof above my family's head, so you can go ahead and guess what I had to do. Start dealing. But in order to deal, you have to know exactly what you're supplying. So I started using too. Pot, coke, pills, dope, you name it, I had it all. I was on top of the game, and after a while I made a name for myself. When I started, everyone was afraid of me. Slowly but surely, numbers increased of the kids who started using drugs also. It seemed as if I was supplying the entire school. And since that was the case, I seemed to create a social life for myself as well. Everywhere I went, I was fucked up, having fun, making money, and most importantly, supporting my family. It seemed like nothing could go wrong.
Let's get fucked up! This is my story.